You're back again. Interesting. Curious and curious, huh? Big Jimmy here with you. Another episode of Stupid Freaking Battle Tricks. Today's attractive little device, ugly as sin, plain ugly little box, but built by a real human being with real human being hands and shit like that. This one is one I call the Lardacious Fat Monkey Balls for no other reason than just sounded good. Well, it's got a monkey knob on it and a balls knob on it, so one of the knobs is Lardacious because it just kind of makes it fat. But you'll see what I'm talking about in a second. Anyways, you have four knobs, okay? You get this in close where you can kind of see. Over here, you have monkey. Monkey is a bias knob. It lets you go from starving, like starved out, crackling, barely functional, gated fuzz, to right around the middle. There's sweet spots that you can find. And cranked all the way up is the default where it'll just work. Down here, you have the Phat control. When it's all the way down, it's in treble booster mode, which can make a hellacious racket. As you turn it up, it fades in more and more ass end. Therefore, it's called the Phat control. And what the Phat control does is obviously it makes it fatter. Um, for the pedal geeks out there, I'm faking a variable capacitor with two small caps and in this case, a 50K linear pot. Okay, but it affects the fatness of this. This is balls, which of course is balls, man. Intestinal fortitude, volume. It goes all the way from to turn that fucking thing down. I wonder if the video is going to stay out of sync. This is kind of cool. It's like I'm watching myself talk and there's an echo, echo, echo. Backward echo. Oh. Finally, up here on the top is what was originally an afterthought. But because I kind of. The pedal, as it was one of my stupid simple overdrive kind of circuits with a file treble booster. Future Audio Limited, I think it was. They were like a short lived uh, enterprise to put out a couple of unique and rather rare devices, one of which was the treble booster, which is the front end of the monkey ball circuit here. The ass end is has a couple of weird improvements in it, or not improvements, but changes. One of which is this knob, which I'll get to in a second. I discovered that if I used LEDs, because LEDs tend to compress the sound because they don't start to break over until they hit about a volt. So you can exploit that to go and raise the volume by compressing your signal a little bit, I think. I'm not sure on this, but this is how it seems to work. And it works as it helps work as a noise gate. Kind of compresses the signal, gives you more sustain, which is crucial sometimes. Okay, there's a small cap on that that goes and kind of mellows it out a little bit. Okay, and then at the end of the circuit, there's a germanium diode clipper as well, which helps, I just think, add some sweetness and harmonics. It's totally not necessary, and it's loud as fuck without it. But anyways, getting back to this, I had a problem with it picking up too much hum and buzz from the fluorescent light over my workbench. Sorry about moving this fucker so much. And so I was experimenting with different size caps trying to find where an optimal level was to reduce the noise. And as it turned out, that 2.2 nanofarad was just about perfect. Um, and I took it from a strange node. You'll have to look up the schematic for it. It's been posted all over the place by the time I put this up. Um, you'll have to look up the schematic for this particular circuit to see exactly what I did. But for all intents and purposes, I figured out how to use a feedback loop, combine negative feedback like a presence control, okay, that you would see in like a normal guitar amplifier, going between the two stages of the fuzz in here, And what I'm doing is I'm using a cap to vary that. I'm varying the amount of presence or feedback going into the circuit. But what I'm doing is I'm using different size caps on each side of the pot. So by varying it, you can vary the treble content and therefore actually trim the treble down. And I'll demonstrate that in a minute. As you turn it down, you can get it down to like a nice woman kind of tone. It's not as nasal as it could be, which is good, but you can get the nasal, just turn it up a little bit more. But it's a really cool kind of tone circuit because you don't lose all that gain that you would normally use, or not use, lose. Snooze, you lose. Um, you don't lose the gain. With a normal tone circuit, you're losing, I don't know, like 3 to 6 dB a gain, I would imagine. I'm no electrical engineer or anything, but enough to be substantially noticeably quieter. With this kind of circuit, it doesn't fucking matter because you're actually reinforcing it because you're using feedback to your advantage. Um, it's a real kind of simple circuit. You literally bypass the collectors of the two. The basic circuit would be you bypass